Alice Evans says she considered harming herself after husband Ewan Griffith abruptly ended their 14-year marriage, and admits she has a very long and messy divorce ahead of her. Evans, 53, confirmed her separation from the Welsh star in a series of furious tweets posted on Twitter in January, and has since documented every toxic turn in their subsequent divorce proceedings across social media. The actress is now adjusting to life without Griffith, 48, after he publicly confirmed a new relationship with co-star Bianca Wallace on Instagram, a move she described as every woman's nightmare. Appearing remotely on Thursday's edition of Lorraine, Evans admitted she feared the worst when he returned to the family home in Los Angeles after filming his new show Harrow in Australia. She said, "He came back, hugged the kids, he very dryly gave me a kiss on the cheek, and that was when I knew something was wrong. We'd been together 20 years. I was one of those very complacent, what's the Bridget Jones phrase? Smug married. And I think these are things like, just with other things, one can go through like loss of a parent or infertility, you don't know what it's like until it happens to you. I thought it was never going to happen to me." He told me within the first few days, "I just don't love you anymore." And look, I'm not questioning his right to feel that, I'm not bashing him, but it was so out of the blue, and then for about 4 months we just continued here and he just kept saying, "I'm sorry, I don't feel the same way for you anymore. I might leave, I might not leave." She added, "And I eventually got to the point where I'd been on my own for the whole pandemic with my 2 kids. I've looked after them for 10 years when he's mostly filmed for those 10 years, outside of Los Angeles. So I was here and he was here, but he wouldn't talk to me, wouldn't look at me, and went to sleep in the spare room. Eventually, I thought I might do myself harm. I spoke to my friends and they kept saying, 'This is not like him, this just doesn't sound right.' I think I bored them, and my friends just didn't know what to say to me, and at one point I just thought, I am going to lose my mind. And I just tweeted, 'He's leaving us,' and then all hell broke loose." Evans has divided followers since going public with the split, but she insists she has no regrets in her willingness to share personal details regarding the nature of her relationship with Griffith, including their sex life, as she comes to terms with the collapse of their marriage. She said, his reaction wasn't good. "Initially, I think no one had ever really done this before, and I would say the reaction was about 50-50. You know, there were a lot of people who were angry with me and almost didn't believe me, which is kind of weird when you think about it, because it's a pretty strange thing to make up if I'm suddenly going to be 20 years with someone and then make up some idea that he's left me, he's leaving us, when he hadn't. A lot of people were shocked and there was so much talk of a dignified silence. And I'm going to do this," makes quotation marks with her fingers, "because I don't know how you can describe a dignified silence when I'm talking about my entire life falling to pieces around me." She added, "I think people use that phrase a lot, but as time went on, because I did stop tweeting, because I was told legally not to, and then I went back to it. It's sort of, kind of a messy story, but I think as people understood what had happened, I would say support is now about 80 or 90% in favor of me. Not in favor of me against him, but in favor of me speaking out and understanding why I'm doing it." Griffith announced his new relationship with Wallace in October, and Evans says she has had no contact from her estranged husband since then. She said, "He'll only talk to me through lawyers. If he's talking to the children on FaceTime, he'll move away and call the lawyers. I don't know why." She is also adamant that her husband's relationship with Wallace, his Hero co-star, began long before the very public collapse of their marriage. "It's very bizarre because as a lot of people know," he insisted. "I think I'm okay to say this," he insisted until 2 weeks ago that there was nobody else, she added. "My phone pinged and said he has unblocked you on Instagram. I thought maybe he wants to talk." It was announced by him and his mistress that they were a couple on Instagram 2 weeks ago. "I looked at the picture and it said something like, 'Finally someone who can make me happy.'" People from his set in Australia were saying, "So glad you guys are finally out and you're happy. I was slayed. This is my husband. I think I was owed more than an Instagram after 20 years of marriage and 2 children. I feel like a bit of an idiot as well. I'm pretty sure this has been going on for quite a while. It's not somebody he's just met now." Evans currently remains at the family home in Los Angeles with their 2 daughters, Ella, 12, and Elsie, 8, but admits she might be forced to move as a consequence of her ongoing divorce from their father. She said, "I don't know because we have a very messy and long divorce ahead of us. Divorce lawyers in America are terrifying people. I don't know if I'm going to be able to stay here in the house. Initially OT's going to be an amicable divorce, but it's gotten quite nasty now and I don't know why." Thanking Lorraine for allowing her the opportunity to talk about the split, she said, "It's been very tough, but I just wanted to say thank you for having me on and letting me speak a little bit about what's being going on, which is pretty much every woman's nightmare." Evans previously claimed she was heartbroken and felt dead after you on went Instagram official with Bianca, prompting her to accuse him of having a 3-year romance. Griffith filed for divorce in March, citing irreconcilable differences as the reason behind their split. The document, which was filed in Los Angeles Superior Court on March 1, revealed the former couple separated on New Year's Day, a month before they went public with their relationship status. At the time, they had shared a joint statement that read, "As you can imagine, this is an incredibly difficult time for our family and we remain committed to our children. Thank you for respecting our privacy." It was also reported the divorce papers state the exes are in a collaborative process and intend to resolve all issues including spousal support by written agreement. Evans, meanwhile, had addressed the pair's split in a shock statement shared to Twitter in January in which she claimed Griffith had mentally tortured her. The mother of 2 also accused her estranged husband of winding the SD up me as she posted a vitriolic video about their collaborative divorce talks. Evans and Griffith met on the set of 102 Dalmatians in 2000, when Alice was in a relationship with Pablo Picasso's grandson Olivier. The former couple became engaged 6 years later after she gave him an ultimatum about their relationship, and they tied the knot in an intimate ceremony in Mexico in September 2007. Griffith hasn't publicly addressed the couple's divorce.